Hi guys. So this is my next post on what I'm looking for in a guy. I'm trying to do as many of these as I can tonight to get them done, and then hopefully I have time this weekend to get everything edited and uploaded, and I have this YouTube channel going very fast. I'm missing that connection with someone. I am by the way, I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm in a good place in my life, I feel like. Yeah, everybody has those I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I feel like everything's coming together. So I'm ready to share my life with someone, and I mean the rest of my life. Okay, so I've talked a little bit about how I had to break down the subjects and what I'm looking for. I just did location. If you watched that one first, great. If not, this one is going to be on upbringing and religion, because, and also political views, because I feel like that's super important. So I'm a pretty culturally diverse person. I have worked in a building that has people, I think, from like 70 different countries in it. I am a French speaker. I've traveled a bit, not as extensively as I want to yet, but I've traveled some. And I love new traditions. I like meeting new people, and I'm very open-minded when it comes to other people's religions. Like, I honestly don't think one religion is better than another, and if you do, then that's fine. You have every right to feel that way, but I don't. With all that said, I want to be with someone who has a similar background to me. I want to live with someone, or the rest of my life with someone who shares a similar upbringing and religious background, and even shares some physical characteristics as I do. Not all, but some. So I guess what that means is as far as upbringing goes, let's start with upbringing. I come from a household of divorced parents, and if your household, your parents are still together, that's great, but mine aren't. And so I know what that's like, and kind of what you have to go through with that. Although I want to get married to someone and spend the rest of my life with them. So if your parents have gotten married and spent the rest of their lives together, great. So that's not as big of a deal. That's not as big of a deal. As far as religion goes, though, I was raised Catholic. I'm not an active Catholic right now. I go to church a couple of times a year, like Christmas and Easter, and some of the holy days of obligation, but I kind of miss some of those too. So I guess what I'm saying is, and I've studied several different religions, both Christianity. I know something about the Hindu religions, Buddhism, and some of their branches. I know there's a squirrel in the background. Another squirrel. I know a tiny bit about the Muslim religion, a little bit about the Jewish religion, and I've kind of looked into some of the other like spiritual kind of things. I think every religion has their pros and cons, but I also think everyone is entitled to their religious beliefs. Here's the thing that I'm not looking for with regards to religion. I am not looking to be converted. I know some people go away from their religion for a little while and explore other things, or kind of decide that they're not going to be in the religion, or not necessarily denounce it or whatever, but they just stop for a while. And then they go back, So if that's the case, like, that's fine, but I don't want to join a new religion. I'm not interested in becoming something other than Catholic. I'm not. So if you're like any of the Christian religions, and you're like, oh, she'd be a really great Pentecostal, or I really love my church and I think she just needs to be a member of it, or, you know, I really love the Jehovah's Witnesses and I want to make her a member of our church, and I don't want it. Anyone that thinks that their religion is the only religion, the only right religion, and the only one in the world, and everyone else is wrong, and everyone else is going to hell, and all of that, well, I think God said that He was the only judge, and I'm going to let Him do that. So, you know, it's all well and good. You can believe what you want to believe, but I'm going to continue to think that every religion gets what they think they're going to get, and that they all have something right about them. And I'm not going to discriminate against them as far as I think that one's wrong, or I don't like them. I'm not going to hold the acts of a few very strong believers against the entire religion, whatever religion it is, because I believe every religion has committed some kind of atrocities, and I'm not trying to count them. So don't be like, oh, but this one, I'm not counting them. I don't want to get into that discussion. But I also don't feel like that I would be a good match for someone who is in one of those other religions or has that kind of religious background. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be Buddhist or you can't, you know, believe those things. As a matter of fact, probably if I was going to date someone who didn't have a Catholic background, then Buddhism would be the closest one that I would be interested in dating. But because I think the Dalai Lama has a lot of things right. And so does the Pope, I feel like. But the current Pope, I think, has got us on the right path. But I'm really not interested in dating anyone else. If you don't believe in God, if you don't believe, or if you're not sure about your beliefs in God, you know, that's okay too. But I do have a strong spiritual side. And I do believe in energy and positive energy, and that thoughts become things, and that we create a lot of what we want that goes on in this world. Like, I believe all of those things. And if you're not sure if there's if any of that exists, I also probably wouldn't get along with you for dating. And you have every right to believe those things. That I'm not saying that you're wrong. If you want to believe that, that's fine. And you have a great day. We can talk about it if you want to. But as far as like long term, are we going to be able to, I think I'm going to take a picture right now. But for long term, would we be able to get along? I don't think so. I'm not religious, but I have too many spiritual beliefs and positiveness and stuff. If that's not you, then we wouldn't work out. Okay, so that was my post about religion and upbringing. And, I'm very liberal too. I only have like 20 seconds. I'm not like very, very liberal, but I'm pretty liberal. So if that bothers you, probably not going to get along. All right. Bye. Like, share, follow. Please help me find the one. Bye.